Hey, Steve Gamache here with another Chef Knives to Go quick look product review. And what we're looking at this time is the Konosuke SKD Tsuchime or hammered Gyuto 210mm knife. This one is in the handle with an ebony / laurel ferrule. So basically the same knife but with two different types of handles. You can get it in all laurel or ebony plus laurel. The weight and dimensions on these are going to vary just a little bit from knife to knife, but the construction is semi-stainless underneath a soft stainless, full stainless cladding. So the core steel, which you can easily see poking out here from behind the grind line, the cladding line right there, that is SKD semi-stainless steel at about a heat treat of 62 Rockwell. And then we've got a soft stainless cladding on either side of that, which wraps over the spine, and that cladding has that Tsuchime or hammered finish to it. These are absolutely beautifully crafted knives, some of the finest fit and finish I've seen in quite a long time in all the knives I've handled, which is a lot of knives. It's just really, really well done in the finish work on these things. The weight and dimensions, this particular one is 154 grams or 5.4 ounces. And it's actually, I think, a little lighter than the laurel handle just because this knife's not quite as tall, so the blade's just a touch lighter. The edge length is 215 millimeters, about 8.5 inches, and the overall length is about 14.4 inches. Spine thickness, basically the same as the other knife I've got, which has the other handle, which is 3.8 millimeters at the back, so pretty consistent there, but it thins out quickly, and I measured about 2.1 halfway down, 2.1 millimeters, and then we get this beautifully executed distal taper, which is a thinning of the spine thickness, or reduction in spine thickness as we get to the tip, and that is very, very thin on the tip, and you can see the generous grind on that tip. So very high performance tip, and it's also very high performance on the rest of the blade because it's ground nice and thin at the edge. Again, the grinding on this is really nice. The geometry, very clean grinds when you sight down the knife and look at a reflection, not dips and hiccups or anything, just a super clean, well executed grind. This one's about 45.5 millimeters. The previous one I had was about a millimeter taller. They use this octagonal Key Studio handle, which it's octagonal, but it tends to be a little thinner this way widthwise and then a little taller. And this one has ebony plus a laurel ferrule. Nice fit and finish on these. They've got a little bit of a bulbous rounded end on them. Nice crisp facets, so great glue up. So they're just really, really cleanly installed. Circumference, I got about 70 millimeters where the two materials meet. Balance point, again, a little heavier wood. And the blades are ground thin at the edge, so they're not that super heavy. So here's your balance point, which is going to be behind a pinch grip. So it gives you a little bit of a handle weight bias if you use a pinch grip on it. I guess let's get a beauty shot here, but these are just superbly crafted. Performance is awesome. We have hand chiseled kanji on the right side of the blade as you'd be holding it. You can feel that with your fingers. There's your hammering. Nice kasumi type finish here, flowing into a generous amount of core steel peeking out because of the thin grind. And this is, again, an expertly finished knife. Here's the left side of the blade. They've polished and rounded the spine. They've taken the choil and polished that real nicely and then rounded off the edges just a little bit. Out of the box, this was a 6, maybe 7 out of 10 on my sharpness scale, so very, very sharp. Nice edge bevel, well crafted. Again, clean grinds. It's got a fair amount of stiffness to it. Let's look at the cutting board profile. So here we are with the cutting board profile, and the profile is very, very similar to the other one that I've got, so that's a good indicator of consistency on what these are going to probably look like for you. So you've got a nice flat spot on the back half of the blade, maybe 40%. You just roll into a nice stop, really smooth roll. The edge profile is very butter smooth in terms of, crafting an edge profile that's ground smoothly as in a curve into the flat here in the back. And you can see I can still get pretty high on a rock. So they've got a fair amount of aggressive belly towards the tip. Mid area, it's kind of a little bit of belly and then a nice flat section towards the back. So this thing will chop great in the back half. A little rocking, push-pull clutch, glide cuts. It's just going to be good for an all-around profile and use scenario. So this is an excellent package. You can kind of pick your handle, but they're both great. They cut crazy good and they look awesome, and the fit and finish is just superb. So really, really nice offering from Chef Knives to Go. So this is the Konosuke SKD Tsuchime or hammered Gyuto 210mm knife with the ebony laurel handle.